in New York at the home of the Knicks. It's the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Knicks.
It's been a nice clean game, huh?
And always difficult to play games on back-to-back nights like they have to, but it's that much harder to do it coming off of a loss in that first one. So there's some extra added pressure to not lose 2 in a row in such a short period.
More and more improved floor awareness for De'Aaron Fox.
And too long on the shot. The question mark for De'Aaron Fox coming into the league was his jump shot, Brent, and his lone season at Kentucky, 21% from the three-point line. That climbed over 30% as a pro.
Well, hopefully he just has progression as a shooter in the league, and that'll be a major impact on just how far De'Aaron Fox's career goes, and if maybe one time in the Western Conference will participate in the All-Star game.
And here are the Suns now. 4-point game. Another miss by Harden.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
They get it back. Back to Fox. 6 on the shot clock. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got 5 points so far.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Quick start for the Suns in this one. Gallinari in the corner. Fox with it. And stolen by Hayward. And here we go. Towns heading to the hoop.
And maybe that'll get them going. They need to find a rhythm.
Well, it took a while for them to earn their first 2 points, but in the NBA, things can happen quickly.
Back to Harden. Jacks up a 3. Another 3 for Phoenix.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Some turnovers necessary. That one, not so much.
Stolen by Anderson. Inside. Here's Hayward. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy one.
And last year for the Knicks, a bit of a throwback offense. First in the league in 2-point attempts and second to last in the league in 3-point attempts. We'll see if the new coaching staff changes some of those numbers.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Yeah, a bit of a tough start here at 1 for 4.
Now, here's Fox. Suns moving the ball around. Pass to Gallinari. Stolen by Anderson. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And talking about the Knicks last year, definitely one of the bigger teams in the NBA.
Interesting to look down at their scoring last year, as their top 4 scorers were either centers or forwards. And that's a little bit unusual in today's game, where most of the impact's coming from your point guard or a wing player. Not the case for the Knicks, so they're looking for some backcourt help.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
Big difference between aggressiveness and awareness. There's no way he's getting that rebound right there.
Here's Fox after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns.
And a lot to dislike about that. I don't know where to begin.
Let's hope that he does not try that one ever again.
Down low. The shot from the low post is good. Towns has got 6.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Now, here's Fox. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Pass to Harden. Towns knocks it away.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Hayward on the wing. .129 left in the first quarter of the game. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Just doing the job on the backboard. And boy, Robert Williams, big athletic guy who just doesn't back down. Still polishing his game, polishing that skill set, but when he's focused, he's absolutely spectacular.
Maybe the most amazing thing about Williams outside the alley-oops is this shot-blocking presence he gives you on the floor.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys that protect the rim from anywhere on the court. Tough inside, able to get out on shooters, and plays with an attitude. Menacing.
Harden outside. Here's the 3. Good on the triple. He's got 16.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing. And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
That shot is off. The Knicks go the other way with it.
Yeah, tonight his shot's been a bit off, but still, they lead the game.
That's tipped. And they're able to recover. Towns. Measuring with the steal. Deflects the pass. Towns with the steal. Hayward goes in. And Hayward with the stuff.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
Back to Fox. To the inside.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat, up 8 points. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
Well, to me, the story of that first period was their rebounding.
Yeah, jumping out to a lead largely because they did the hard work on the glass. So you love the passion in the early part of this game that they're playing with.
Towns wide open. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate as much.
Right. When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point.
And I ask you, what can you do? This guy is a phenomenal decision maker.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kyle Kuzma had a tough upbringing in Flint, Michigan. He said they had the recession, lead in the water. It was like an urban war zone. We probably moved 14 times before I was 16. Basketball was my key. His drive to succeed in the NBA was born of a desire to escape that environment. Kevin?
A tremendous work ethic, David. Thank you. It's good.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you know you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Back to Jang. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Knicks trail by 10. Pass to Kuzma. Fast break. Here come the Suns. Rozier's got the ball. Here's Bates Diop. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Harden's shot is off. And James Harden was crowned MVP after last season. Greg, hard to argue with that selection.
Harden has had a case to win an MVP award for several years now. Finally was able to be the clear choice this past season. Another great line on what is shaping up to be a Hall-worthy resume.
Takes a three. Connects from three-point range. Harden's got 21.
Even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode. And James Harden, last season's MVP, the runner-up in 2015, actually won the players' vote for MVP that season. But last season, he took home the official hardware.
And with James Harden winning the MVP in 2018, Russell Westbrook in 2017, Kevin Durant in 2014, you think a few what-ifs right now in Oklahoma City?
A few, but more than that, Kevin. I mean, probably tough for them all to win MVP playing on one team. A good shot at a different trophy, though, maybe the one that starts with the name of Larry. And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Intercepted. They're running. Here's Wagner. And the Knicks miss again.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pass to Harden. Lets it go from deep. The Knicks pull it in.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Ginobili goes back up. Wagner, good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Suns lead by 12. Now Harden. Back to Payton. Pass to Harden. Misses off the right iron.
You know, not sure if it's him or the defense, but just something's off tonight.
Well, something in this frame for sure, but when you're out of rhythm, sometimes it's better to play the role of being the facilitator.
From deep. And the Suns miss again.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Here's Wagner. Uncovered.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. 1:31 left in the second quarter. The 6'11" Mason Plumlee out of Duke. Greg, he's got a live body.
Very athletic, Kevin. And his mobility enables him to defend smaller players on the perimeter. Offensively, he is a threat to finish at the rim.
Over the last decade or so, a huge transformation, Brent, in the way games are played. Do you see any additional changes on the horizon?
I wonder if the league will think about, and I think it'd be interesting, if they had a three-point line that just disintegrated into the sideline. We have the split, and we have the archway, right? We go down the sidelines. It'd be really interesting if the league, maybe in Summer League, experimented with the three-point line being equidistant the whole way around.
And going right out of bounds.
Yeah, so right out of bounds, it eliminates the corner three. It would impact the way you would defend the corner shot, because now it doesn't have a value of 3. 1 point more for a shorter shot seems to be a little unfair as it is, and we know it's the most valuable shot in basketball.
There's no doubt.
But I wonder how that would look, and maybe Adam Silver and the committee will look at a Summer League where the three-point line just disappears in the sideline, eliminating the corner three.
Fires the three. Nailed from three-point land. Wagner's got it back down to within single digits for the Knicks. Pass to Bates-Diop. The offensive rebound to the wing right side. To the middle. Suns moving the ball around. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And Temple now atop the key. Second chance effort. Here's Okafor. It's tipped. Back to Temple. Goes up again. And so it's the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Knicks trail by 8. To the paint. Left side, Towns. Back to Anderson. The rebound by Marjanovic.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Harden gets the bucket.
The Suns coach Igor Kokoskov, the NBA's first ever head coach, born and raised outside of North America. He will not be the last, but a great opportunity for Phoenix as this guy's paid his dues. 18 years as an NBA assistant, including 5 early years in Phoenix. Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And stolen by Kuzma. A shot by Hayward, wide open. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Kokoskov, a pioneer, the first D1 college assistant coach out of Europe, also the first in that role in the NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA, he reached the conference finals 7 times and the finals twice. So he's seen what it takes and what type of competitive environment it is when you reach those elite levels. And in 2004 was on the staff for the Detroit Pistons when they won the NBA title against the Lakers. So been around a lot of winning.
The three from Harden. He can't hit that time. And
since the merger back in 1993, that was when they lost to the Chicago Bulls.
And you think about the Suns team with Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson, Danny Ainge. Brent, they had a chance.
Well, a guy named Michael Jordan ruined a lot of the title chances for a lot of teams. The Suns were one of them. They came close, but eventually MJ's Bulls a little bit too tough for that Phoenix Suns team.
One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Not sure what the defense is thinking, or if they are. They continue to let him shoot. That is bad defense.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to Temple. Here's Ginobili, guarded by Harden. Now Ginobili. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
So far, he is just destroying their will. It feels like he can get any shot he wants once he crosses half court.
Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fox. Okafor inside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Okafor's got his first points of the night.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
I just think it was a matter of getting recomposed, altering their game plan just a little bit. They look completely in sync now.
5 on the clock. Back to Harden. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Harden's got 29.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Another shot. Wagner. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Wagner's got his third bucket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Harden. The shot, no good. And New York will come the other way. And Gorgui Dieng is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Wagner. For the tie. The second effort. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Pass to Dieng. Back to Fox. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. To the paint. Trying to find Harden, and he's got it now.
Well, he's got a baton in the right hand as he's orchestrating what's going on. A maestro, if you will.
De'Aaron Fox, another hyper-athletic point guard out of Kentucky. Great size at 6'4". He can impact the game at both ends.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
To the left wing. Here's Okafor. Excellent D there from Williams.
Well, his struggles are consuming the rest of the team here tonight. He's got to find his rhythm and find it fast.
Suns leading by 5. Pass to Harden. Back to Fox. Down low. Harden can't hit.
Just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Wagner can't hit.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he hasn't found a way to connect again from outside during the second.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for New York. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. The Suns have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Brent being disruptive, forcing turnovers, something the Knicks couldn't do last season.
Last year, 29th in the league in steals. The roster was more big and quick last year, so unable to extend some of their pressure because of the way that they played. It makes it hard to fire up some of that transition offense if you're not getting out there and getting steals.
Suns lead by 4. Williams gets the bucket.
Showing that aggressive nature. Williams competes hard, doesn't back down, and he'll let his opponent know he's not afraid of the contact. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's Rozier. Second shot opportunity. This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Rozier. Good on both. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the third. Inside. Pass to Okafor. Plumlee with some nice D. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Suns leading by 6. Back to Rozier. To the middle. Okogie. Here's measuring. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here's Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
You know, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish. Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Left side, Towns. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, you see the excellent skill set. And this is when you want to make an impact.
I feel like there's an uptick in the intensity as well. Fourth quarter, and it's closing time.
Rozier with the steal. Inside. Williams. And the slam by Williams.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
Plumlee with the steal. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And that one drops for him.
Tough to fault him for the struggles of the team so far. He has been solid. It's the rest of the guys that need to come along for the ride.
Now, here's Fox. Back to Harden. It's rebounded by Towns.
He was terrific in the first half, guys. Maybe some adjustments from the opposing team coach, and he's lost a little bit of that touch here in the second.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Nobody near game. A three-pointer off the mark. It's Harden with the drive, and the shot goes in. Harden's got 40 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
It's almost hard to believe that somebody can throw it down like that.
It's a small club, right, Greg? I mean, it's a pretty small club, that's
Very
for sure.
exclusive.
He can really rise up.
And the defense knows this. Somebody has to come over to contest. What's the saying? If you're going to lose big. A lot of teams adopting that strategy again last season, the final year before the lottery odds are going through some new machinations and a bit of a change. The Suns, though, they kind of took the cake last year and ended up with the #1 pick.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard David Fizdale talking to his team. He told the guys, I know you can do it. Make every possession count and watch how things go our way. Kevin?
Phoenix calls timeout. And the Suns, all those draft picks, bringing in some help, and Brent, they needed it.
Yeah, they're going to need that help quickly in order to compete, but with a new coach and a new language down there, it's going to be interesting how much both the front office, the coaching staff, and these players latch on to a new path for the Suns to get themselves competitive as quickly as possible.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And the basket by Harden.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Truer words never spoken. Breakdown on the perimeter, D, and the communication severely lacking there.
Good on the bucket.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Suns keep it alive. From downtown. Shot clock at 6. Will not go. This is off the front eye. Here's Towns. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Towns has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Hayward comes with the double team. Gallinari wide open, but they recover it.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Harden gets the bucket.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
From deep three-point range, Phoenix with a new shot clock.
And that's a nice job on the offensive glass there. That'll let them work the clock even more.
Back to Fox. Second chance shot. They get it back. Harden outside. Over Anderson. Bank shot. No good.
Well, he's got both height and length, and that time showed them both.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And Phoenix gets called for the foul. So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Harden outside. too long on the shot.
That's like milk on a hot day, just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Towns. It's hauled in by the Suns. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. "17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Back to Harden. From beyond the arc and then some. And now it's a 9-point Suns lead. Pass to Towns. So the Suns win it. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.